games are getting too expensive these days. With the cost of the game itself and the DLC, the price to get a game with all its content can be $100 fucking. That is expensive as fuck. A while ago when Evolve came out, that's the hunting game, it launched with $120 worth of day one DLC. Are you fucking kidding me? One of the developers of the game said that they need to make money so that they can feed their employees, because a lot of their employees have families and shit. For real though, like I don't need to feed myself, like my family doesn't need money. Come back down to earth and realize how fucking stupid that sounds. Everybody needs money to feed themselves, and if you actually took the time out of your day to make a genuinely good game, maybe Evolve wouldn't have flopped the way it did. The thing a lot of these developers are forgetting to do is to actually make a good game, filled with enough content to justify the $60 price tag. Focus on making the best game you can and you'll make the money back and even more when you release it. I mean, look at Grand Theft Auto 5. That game cost $265 million to make. Rockstar used all of that money to make the best game they can. And you can see it when you go and play GTA, where the money went. The voice acting is amazing, the story is great, and there are so many damn things to do. And that's just the story mode. Do you know how much Grand Theft Auto 5 made in its first week after its launch? $1 billion fucking dollars. That was 2 years ago when it came out. They made 4 times the amount of money they spent on making the damn game, and that's not even including the PC, Xbox One, and PS4 sales. Developers should stop cutting things out of their games and releasing unfinished products. They should start filling their games with as much content as possible. Stop releasing season passes for content that was already supposed to be in the game. People aren't gonna buy the game if you do that. The only time when it's okay to release some sort of expansion or DLC is when there's a different story or a different setting entirely. For example, there's a fantastic stealth game called Dishonored, and once you beat the story through the eyes of the protagonist, there's a DLC that lets you play through the eyes of the antagonist or the bad guy. You play as a completely different person with a different story. It's amazing. It really tells you how much effort the developers put into that game. Or another example is how Assassin's Creed Unity has a DLC featuring a completely different gameplay style and completely different setting and story, where you get to play as different assassins. The only reason we see more and more things like season passes and microtransactions is because there are people out there who actually spend money on buying that shit. Whenever someone buys that shit, the developers make money, and that encourages them to make more DLC. The best way to stop releasing unfinished games with stupid DLC is to not buy them. Take Valve for example. A couple days ago they released a paid mods model on Steam, where you pay for the mods on Skyrim. 75% of the money made would go to Valve and Bethesda, and the rest would go to the modder. That's bullshit, first of all, and second of all, nobody bought them. So Valve ended up canceling their plans for the paid mods, and everything went back to normal. Instead of doing all that bullshit, Valve could have just added a donate button so that the modders can make money from their hobby. It's really simple. Stop trying to nickel and dime everybody. People should vote with their wallets and understand the fucking value of $1. Anyways, if you enjoyed, hit the fucking like button and subscribe, bitches.